Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of biology. And of course today we're going to continue our study of ecology. We're specifically going to be looking at the abiotic factors, okay, or the components, as well as local biomes in Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria in view. Okay. We're going to look at the bios that concerns us, all right? Although we're going to take a list of all the world biomes. We have local biomes, we have world biomes, okay? So I'm going to list all the world biomes for you because sometimes JAMB or WAEC usually asks you question, all right, about which of the biomes is similar among the world and the local. Okay, so by local they mean in Nigeria, then by world they mean the world at large. All right, so I'm going to give you a list of all the world biomes, but we're not going to go in details, okay? But we're going to focus mainly on the local biomes. I'm going to talk about it because it is expected of you to know them. You see questions from them, all right? And we're not going to leave any stone unturned. All right, so do not forget that these tutorials, these episodes, they are all brought to you by the O3 Schools application. And if you have made a conscious decision to pass your JAMB exam or to pass your WAEC exam at once, especially now that WAEC exam is now going CBT, okay, you will need the O3 Schools application. Download it from Play Store, download it from App Store, download it on your computer systems, okay? If you want to download it on your computer system, just message this number on WhatsApp, as you can see, 09121 515246. And of course, before we talk about the app, let us see a past question from the JAMB app. This is a 2018 app. 2018 question, I mean to say, number 34. Okay, it says here that which of the following world biomes is found in Nigeria? Okay, so A says the Sahel savanna, B says the desert, C says the tundra, D says the Afro-Alpine. Okay, so we will answer this question and many more, okay, at the end of the class, okay, because at O3 Schools, we believe that once we have taught you and you have understood, then there's no question you will not be able to answer, all right? So please ensure you stay to the end and download the O3 Schools app immediately, okay? The app has everything you need to succeed in your exam. All the past questions for all the subjects are available, so you don't need to buy any past question. There's also a classroom feature that has JAMB syllabus and also has lecture notes structured according to that JAMB syllabus, so you don't need to buy any textbook. Also in that classroom, there's a study plan. You can create a study plan. What the study plan does is to crash your syllabus for either JAMB or WAEC application, okay, and create a timetable for you so that you can finish all the topics on the syllabus before your examination. Wonderful feature. Also, there's a question search feature, just like the way we search for this question. Okay, so you can, after reading a particular topic, okay, you can decide to look for question on that topic alone. The question search is there for you. Just click on question search. Like in our case, we went to biology as a subject, then we search for what? Abiotic factors, or search for what? Biomes, okay? And we saw questions anywhere that JAMB or WAEC has set anything that resemble biomes before, all of them will come out for you to answer. Also, there's a mock challenge, all right? You can see the features, all right, on my left and on my right, okay? So I cannot talk about all of them, just talk about some of them, all right? So we have the mock challenge for JAMB app, also for the WAEC application, okay? So in that challenge, all students that are writing JAMB or WAEC come to the app every Saturday to take a test, a mock exam, all right, to participate, to what? Win prizes. But the major point is not the prizes. You get it to JAMB past question or WAEC past question, JAMB likely exam questions or WAEC likely exam question. You familiarize yourself with how JAMB or WAEC set question, and you'll be seeing your score released every Saturday. Your results will be released just like normal JAMB or WAEC, and thereby this will be building your confidence because at every time you're able to track how prepared you are for the examination. All right, so please download the app, activate it. There's an activation fee on the application, so check the app for the current activation fee. Check the app for the current activation fee, all right? So that is that for that, all right? And to assure you, the activation fee is less than the price of rice and chicken in a good restaurant, all right? So please do not go and substitute out your future. This is your future now because of rice, okay? Because of one small money, all right? So I wish you all the best. Now let us now look at abiotic factors. And in the last class, we hinted on the abiotic factors. We said they are the non-living components, okay? The non-living components, okay? However, despite them being non-living, they play a major role. They play a very, very, very important role, all right, to the survival of the ecosystem. Okay, they are non-living components of an ecosystem. However, they determine the structure. Determine the structure. Okay, they influence the distribution. Okay, and also the function, okay, of Nigerian local biomes. Okay, also the function of what? Of Nigerian biomes. Okay, so that is what abiotic factors, all right? They influence the structure, distribution, and function of Nigerian biomes. Okay, so now before I talk about Nigerian biomes, all right, in fact, no, I will talk about that in biomes. I'll talk about that in biomes. All right, I wanted to list the word biomes for you, but it's when we're talking about biomes, all right, we'll talk about that. So let us quickly talk about what the abiotic factors, the non-living components in our environment. All right, we know all of them. Number one, we have rainfall. We have rainfall. Let me just list them on the board. We have rainfall. Okay, it's also called precipitation. Okay, we have temperature. Okay, we have soil fertility and type. Okay, we have what? Humidity. All right, we have sunlight. We have altitude. Okay, we have wind. We have atmospheric pressure. We have what else? We have wind. Okay, I've listed wind. We have water. Water salinity. We have dissolved oxygen. Okay, we have light penetration also. Light penetration. Okay, we have topography. We have listed okay, we have topography. Okay, so all of these, they are what? They are abiotic factors. Okay, they are the non-living component of what? Of the ecosystem. However, they influence the distribution, they influence the structure, okay, and the function of what? Of Nigerian biomes. All right, so one after the other, we're going to be looking at all of them. One after the other, we're going to be looking at all of them, and then we're going to be looking at the instruments, okay, that are used to measure them. That is the major part of what? Of this abiotic factors. Okay, you should know the instrument that is to measure what? Each and every one of them, because questions come from there in your examination. All right, so now let us begin with rainfall. All right, with rainfall. What do you know as rainfall? Rainfall is what? Is precipitation. Okay, is the amount of precipitation per year. Rainfall, number one. Rainfall, we say it is the amount of what? Precipitation. Amount of precipitation per year. All right, and rainfall, that's year. Okay, and rainfall is very, very important. It's very, very, very important. Why is it important? Number one, it determines vegetation density. It determines vegetation density. Okay, now if you go to a land, to a land, all right, and then let us just use an example that you can see. Okay, so during the rainy season, you see that what? Plants are what? You see that what? All those grasses, all of them, they are all growing fresh. They are what? Populated. Okay, they go many, they go blessed, they gather, they many, they fresh. Okay, but during what? When there's no rainfall, what do you observe? It's not as if they will not still be green. No. They will still be green, one kind, but you will not see that population again. Some of them will die, or some of them will wither out, because what? There's a particular temperature that even what living organisms cannot exist any longer. Okay, so when there's rainfall, vegetation density, okay, what will increase. Okay, so it determines vegetation density. All right, likewise, it determines what? Water availability. It determines water availability, and then what? Ecosystem type and ecosystem type. Okay, so that we do not dwell too much on it. Or I just know that what rainfall is the amount of precipitation per year, and of course it determines the vegetation density, water availability, as well as what ecosystem type. All right, and then of course you know that what rainfall is measured, okay, by what? By rain gauge. We use rain gauge to measure what? Rainfall. All right, we use rain gauge to measure the amount of rainfall. Now, to measure amount of rainfall can be calculated. Amount of rainfall can be calculated using this formula. All right, we have D all over what? D square times H. Okay, so this is the formula that we use to calculate the amount of what? Of rainfall, in case you see it in your exam. All right, take note of that. Okay, that's the formula we use to calculate the amount of rainfall. That D, that big D there, okay, is the diameter of what? Of the collecting cylinder. The big D is diameter of what? Of collecting cylinder. Okay, why this small d here? This small d here is diameter of the funnel mouth, and then what? That H, of course, is height of rainwater in cylinder. All right, please take note of that. Okay, so the amount of rainfall is calculated by D all over D squared times H. Okay, where the big D there is the diameter of the collecting cylinder, while D is the diameter of the funnel mouth, while H there is the height of rainfall in cylinder. Okay, so if I'm giving this parameter, just what? Apply this formula, all right, and you are good to go. Now let us look at temperature. Okay, so temperature, we know that temperature is the degree of what? Of hotness or coldness of what? Of the body. Okay, or of what? Of body. All right, so before I talk about temperature, we have discovered that a lot of you do not support our enterprise, do not support what we are doing here. Okay, some of you said, I've heard that some of you have gone to swear. All right, I've gone to swear to one iron that you will never what? Like this video, you will not subscribe. You will not allow other people know that something like this is happening. Okay, yes, it will stay with you and it will die with you. Okay, you are saying our family said we know they agree. And it's very bad. Very bad. That thing you are doing is not good. Okay, please like the video. Liking the video will make this video to be suggested to those students who are preparing for exam like you. And if this video they are helpful to you, they'll be helpful to them too. All right, so please ensure you like the video. Then subscribe to the channel. Subscription to the channel is free, just for you to get notification whenever I release a new video. And what is more, copy the link of the video. Whether you are watching from TikTok or from YouTube or from Facebook, or copy the link, share it to your friends, okay, on WhatsApp. All right, share the video, then follow us too on TikTok, follow us on Facebook, follow us on all our social media handles, okay, and the good Lord will keep blessing you. Okay, so now let us look at temperature. Temperature. So we say that temperature is the degree of what? Of hotness or coldness of what? Of a body. And temperature plays a very, very vital role, okay, in the what? In the environment and the survival, okay, of what? Of the ecosystem. All right. And temperature, number one, affects plant growth. Take note, it affects plant growth. Okay. Temperature also affects or influences animal physiology. Okay. Number two, it what? Influences or affects animal physiology. And also temperature what? Affects evaporation rate. Okay, so if the temperature is very, very hot, okay, evaporation rate will be increased. Okay, will increase. All right, temperature will be low, evaporation rate will what? Will decrease. Okay, so it also affects what? Number three, affects evaporation rates. Okay, so that is what? Temperature. And you know what to use to measure temperature, right? So you use the thermometer. Okay, to what? To measure temperature. All right, please take note of that. So temperature affects plant growth, it affects animal physiology, and affects what? Evaporation rate. It's very, very important, okay? And it is measured using what? The thermometer, okay? So now, that is number what now? Number two, okay, let's go to number three now. Let us talk about soil type and fertility. Soil type and fertility. Okay, now how fertile a soil is, okay, will determine what is fertility. It will determine what it will be able to bring, what will be able to spring off. Okay, and so for that singular reason, soil type and fertility is also what another important abiotic factor that needs to be what spoken about or considered. Okay, now soil fertility, definitely that means it's what affects what the growth of plants. All right. So number one, soil fertility influences plant growth. It influences plant growth. Okay. It also influences nutrient availability. How available nutrient is. Okay. It influences nutrient availability, and also it's also what influences what agricultural potential, right? The potential of what of exploring what or using land for agriculture. Okay, it influences the potential. Number three, potential. It influences the potential for agriculture. Okay, and what instrument do we use to measure what soil type, okay, and fertility? Okay, we use what we call what pH meter. Okay, this pH meter is used to measure what how acidic or what how alkaline a soil is. All right, so you know that what is a scale. Okay, so scale that runs from 1 to 14, with 7 what meaning that what it is neutral. Okay, from 7 downward means showing that what it is what acidic. Okay, while from what 7 to 14 showing that what it is what alkaline. Okay, so that is the pH meter. All right, that is what you use to measure what soil type and what fertility. All right, so up next, let us look at humidity. Humidity is also another very, very, very important what abiotic factor. Humidity. All right. Now, what is humidity to begin with? And humidity is the amount of moisture, amount of moisture that is present in the environment. Present in the environment. Okay, that is what we call what humidity is, the amount of moisture that is present in the environment. Okay, and it's also a very, very important abiotic factor that is what's spoken about. Okay, now what is the influence? Okay, it affects evapotranspiration. Number one, it affects evapotranspiration. All right. Also, humidity affects what plant survival. Okay. Number two, it what affects plant survival. All right. And also, humidity what affects how animals behave. Okay. It affects animal behavior. All right. Also, number three, it affects animal behavior. Okay, so what instrument do we use to measure what humidity? We use what the hygrometer. Hygrometer. Okay, so this is the instrument that we use to measure what humidity. Okay, is the amount of moisture that's present in the environment, and it affects what evapotranspiration. It affects plant survival and affects what animal behavior. And what do you call this evapotranspiration? Okay, evapotranspiration is the combined loss of water from the Earth's surface to the atmosphere. Okay, the combined loss of water from the Earth's surface to the atmosphere. That's what we call evapotranspiration. So it affects what evapotranspiration. It affects plant survival and affects the animal behavior. Okay, so now let us look at sunlight next. Sunlight, another abiotic factor that is also very, very important. All right, because sunlight drives photosynthesis. All right, it drives photosynthesis. Okay, let's talk about sunlight. All right, so it is very, very important because number one, it is needed by plants for what? For photosynthesis. Okay, autotrophs manufacture their own food, so they need what? A lot of what? What's it called? A lot of what? Instrument or tools to what? To make this food. Okay, sunlight is very, very important for them to photosynthesize. Okay, so number one, sunlight drives photosynthesis. Okay, and sunlight also influences what? Temperature. Okay, so sunlight also influences temperature. Okay, number two, sunlight influences temperature. Okay, and also it's important to know that it affects evaporation. Okay, sunlight also what? Affects. Number three, sunlight affects, okay, evaporation. All right, evaporation. All right, and to measure what? Sunlight, we use what we call light meter. We use light meter to what? To measure what? Sunlight. Okay, so sunlight is important because it drives photosynthesis. Sunlight influences what? Temperature. Okay, so if there's sunlight, okay, that means that what? Temperature will what? Will it be hot or cold? Okay, it will what? Affect it. All right, then also it affects what? Evaporation. All right, the rate of evaporation is affected. All right, so please take note of that. Now let us now go quickly, because of time, to altitude. Okay, altitude, okay, and this altitude is just speaking about what? The height of a point or object above sea level. Height of a point or object above sea level. Okay, that's what altitude what speaks about, the height of a point above what? Sea level. And it's also very, very important what? Abiotic what? Factor. Okay, so number one, it influences temperature. Okay, it influences rainfall also. Okay, influences rainfall. Okay, and also vegetation patterns. Okay, it also influences vegetation patterns. Okay, so that is what? Altitude. Okay, it influences what? Temperature, influences rainfall, it influences vegetation what pattern. It is measured using an altimeter. Use an altimeter, okay, to what? To measure altitude. Okay, we use an altimeter to measure altitude. Please take note of that. Okay, it influences temperature, rainfall, and vegetation patterns. Okay, it is the height of a point or object above what? Sea level. All right, so now please take note that it is measured with an altimeter. So let us now talk about wind. All right, wind. We know wind helps in what? In seed dispersal. Okay, as wind come, we carry what? Seed, and what? And be what? You see them be blowing seed up and down so that they can what? Grow. Okay, they can grow, then feed what? Humans can feed on those animals. You see, it is important to do what? To the ecosystem likewise. So wind, number one, that's okay. Let us continue. I don't know the number again, but let's talk about wind. Okay, this one we'll say that it affects what? Seed dispersal. Number one, it affects seed dispersal. Okay, also it affects what? Evaporation. Number two, okay, affects evaporation, and also what? Affects what? Fire spread. It affects fire spread. Number three, affects fire spread. Okay, please take note of that. So that is wind affects seed dispersal, it affects what? Evaporation, and affects what? Fire spread. All right, so we can measure wind. All right, depending on what you want to measure. Okay, we can measure wind speed, then you can also measure what? Wind direction. Okay, so for wind speed, we use what? An anemometer to measure what? Wind speed. anemometer, okay, to measure wind speed, okay? While for wind direction, we use wind vane. All right, please take note of that. All right, so wind vane is used to what to measure wind direction, while what anemometer is used to measure wind speed. Up next, now let us look at water salinity. Okay, water salinity. Please ensure you download the O3 Schools app, please. Right, download it, and see that the Lord is good. It's as simple as that. Okay, all right. Pass your exam at once. That should be your major focus. Okay, so let us talk about water salinity. Now, what is water salinity? Okay, water salinity is the amount of dissolved salts. Okay, amount of dissolved salts. Okay, which is mostly sodium chloride and some other minerals that are present in water. Okay, so that is what water salinity, amount of what dissolved salt. Okay, mostly sodium chloride and some other minerals that are present in what in water. And this water salinity is critical for coastal biomes. We're going to talk about biomes right now. Okay, it's very critical for coastal biomes. It affects aquatic adaptation, aquatic life adaptations. Okay, and also affects even animal adaptations. Okay, so water salinity affects plants and animal adaptations. Okay, just take note of that. Okay, so water salinity is what? Is the amount of dissolved salts, okay, that is present in water. All right, it's critical for coastal biomes and affect plant and animal adaptation. Okay, what instrument do you use to measure water salinity? We use hydrometer. Hydrometer to measure water salinity. Okay, please take note of that. Hydro, not hygro. Okay, water salinity. We use hydrometer to measure water salinity. Okay, so now let us now go to pressure. Atmospheric pressure. You know that pressure is what? Force per unit area. Okay, that's acting on the surface. Okay, so what is what? How does atmospheric pressure, all right, affect the environment? All right, number one, it influences weather patterns. Pressure, okay, number one, it influence. Influences weather pattern. Okay, and also it influences precipitation. Okay, it influences precipitation. All right, and know that pressure, it varies with altitude. All right, pressure, number three, pressure varies with altitude. Okay, so now if you are on the land, all right, and then let's say you climb to the top of a rock or of a mountain, all right, you discover that the higher you go, okay, you feel lesser pressure. The higher you go, the less you feel pressure. Okay, so that's why saying pressure varies with altitude. And so the more higher you climb, okay, you feel less pressure. Okay, but if you are in water, all right, if you're in water, all right, the deeper you go, the more pressure you feel. All right, in water, okay, the deeper you go, the more pressure you feel. What instrument do you use to measure pressure? We use barometer. Barometer, okay, to measure atmospheric pressure. Please take note of that. We're not going to dwell on that too much. So let us now go to dissolved oxygen. Okay, when we talk about dissolved oxygen, it's mainly peculiar to water bodies. Dissolved oxygen. Dissolved oxygen, okay, and it is mainly peculiar to water bodies. That means that it will affect aquatic life. All right, so number one, dissolved oxygen affects aquatic life, okay, like in rivers, okay, okay, in lakes, in mangrove swamps, in lakes, and what? And mangrove swamps. Okay. And what instrument do we use to what? To measure dissolved what? Oxygen. We use dissolved oxygen meter to measure what? Dissolved oxygen. Okay. We call it dissolved oxygen meter. All right. So please take note of that. So dissolved oxygen mainly what affects what? Water bodies. Okay. So that means it affects aquatic life in rivers. Okay. Affects aquatic life in lakes and also in what? In mangrove swamps. All right. It's measured using what? A dissolved oxygen meter. All right. So now let us now go to topography. All right. You know what topography is? Okay. Topography describes what? How slopey, okay, a land is. Okay. So now that means that if a land is slopey like this, for example, or it is like this, either a land can be like this, can go like this. Okay. Okay. Or some other lands that are just what? Straight like this. Some other lands they may just go like this. Okay. So it will affect the type of vegetation, okay, that is growing what? On that what particular environment. All right. So this one now, that means you know that water will just be going down straight. It will not be staying. All right. And of course, it will be washing away the surface of what? Of the earth. All right. It will be washing away the soil, the surface of the soil, I mean to say. It will be washing it away because of how slopey it is. All right. But this one will have what's more retention, okay, and to not be washing away the surface. But this one here, erosion, okay, because here you see water will gather here, water will gather here, okay, maybe something, water will not be gathering. So the topography is a very, very important abiotic what factor. All right. So how slopey a land is what topography talks about. So we have topography, okay, that you call it terrain slope, okay, terrain slope, okay. And what does it do? What does it affect? It affects water runoff. Number one, it affects water runoff, okay. Also soil erosion. Apart from water runoff, like I described, soil erosion also, okay, and also the type of what? Vegetation and vegetation, right? So it affects what? Water runoff, it affects what? Soil erosion, and then what? Affects what? Vegetation. What instrument do you use to measure topography? We use clinometer, all right, to measure topography. We use clinometer to measure topography. Okay, so now let us now go to the last one we'll consider, which is what? Light penetration. Light penetration talks about the penetrating effect of light. Okay, the efficiency or what? The penetrating effect of light. Okay, so that is what? Light penetration. Okay, so let us talk about light penetration. Okay, so now we talk about light penetration. That means it's also what affects what? Photosynthesis, because it's light. Okay, it's light. All right, but just this time we're talking about the penetrating effect, the efficiency of what? Of the penetrating effect of light. So now number one, we are very sure that what? It will affect aquatic photosynthesis. All right. So for example, if water is clear, okay, you see that what? Penetration will be easy. Okay, but if your water is not clear, okay, let's say it's hazy or it's cloudy, okay, the penetration effect will be hampered. All right, it will be limited. So it affects what? Aquatic photosynthesis. Also, it is measured using a Secchi disc. All right, so we use a Secchi disc to what? To measure light penetration. We use Secchi disc to measure light penetration. So light penetration what affects aquatic photosynthesis, and it is what? Measured using what? A Secchi disc. All right. So now let us now go to biomes. All right, let us talk about what biomes. So we'll talk about what biomes. Like I said, we're only going to list the world biomes for you so that you take note of them, all right? But we're not going to what? Expand on them. I'm not going to talk a lot about them because of time, all right? But we're going to what? Base majorly on what? On our local biomes, because that is the one that's what affects us right here in Nigeria. Okay, so in your exam, you mostly be asked about what? About local biomes, but it is important that you so what? Take note of what? This world biomes. Okay, so biomes. We'll talk about what? World biomes first. Okay, so the world biomes that we have include the tropical rainforest. So number one, we have the tropical rainforest. Okay, also we also have the tropical savanna. Okay, we have the tropical savanna. We have the tropical savanna. All right, we have what? The desert also. Apart from the tropical rainforest and tropical savanna, we have this. We're talking about world biomes or international biomes. Okay, tropical rainforest, tropical savanna. Let me just list all of them. I beg. How about desert? We have temperate grassland. Okay, we have temperate deciduous forest, temperate deciduous forest. Okay, we have a temperate coniferous forest, temperate coniferous forest. We have tundra. Then we have what? Mediterranean. Okay, so these are what? The world biomes that we have. Okay, world biomes that we have. We have the tropical rainforest, we have the tropical savanna, we have the desert. Okay, the desert. We have what? You know what a desert is now? Okay, where there's little or no rainfall. Then we have the temperate grassland, you have the temperate deciduous forest, we have the temperate coniferous forest, and then we have tundra and what? Mediterranean. All right. So these are the world biomes that we have. Okay, but we're not going to be talking about world biomes today. Just note them down. It's very important for you to note them. Okay, you saw the question we saw at the beginning. Okay, we're told that which of the following is what? Which of the following world biomes is found in Nigeria? Okay, if you do not know this world biomes, how can you answer that question? It's very important. Know them, okay? Know the world biomes, okay? So now let us talk about what? The local biomes that we have right here in our loving, beautiful, sweet Nigerian country, okay? So local biomes now. Talk about the local biomes. Local biomes. Now, for the local biomes, okay, we have number one, the Sahel savanna. Take note of that. Number two, we have the desert. Number three, we have the mangrove swamp forest. Mangrove swamp forest. Okay. Then number four, we have the tropical rain forest. We have the southern Guinea savanna. Guinea savanna. Then we also have what? The northern. Okay, the northern Guinea savanna. Okay, so these are what the local biomes that we have right here in Nigeria. All right, we have the Sahel savanna, we have the desert, we have the mangrove, we have the mangrove swamp forest. Yes, we have what? The tropical rainforest. We have the southern Guinea savanna, as well as the northern what? Guinea savanna. Each and every one of them is what we're going to be looking at right now. Okay, so please ensure that what you pay complete attention to what? To this what? Local biomes that you have in our country. All right, before we do that, please ensure you have liked this video. Okay, even as you're watching, I can drop everything you are doing, like the video. Okay, then copy the link, whether you're watching from Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube. Copy the link, go and share it to any WhatsApp group, share it to your friends, share it to your own class group. Okay, share it to your loved ones, let them come and study with us. All right, and pass the exam at once. That is our joy, that you share your testimony and you score 300 and above. It's something of joy to us. All right, you will give your own testimony so long you have made a choice to be dedicated to studying. That is all. That is all you need. Make a choice. Choose the path to success. Okay? You have to write the vision and make it plain. So now let's talk about what the Sahel savanna to begin with. Okay, so for local biomes, begin with the Sahel, sorry, the Sahel. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, the Sahel savanna. Okay, now this local biotic community is found only in the extreme northern part of Nigeria. This Sahel savanna, okay, is found in the extreme northern parts of what, of Nigeria. Okay, that is what the Sahel savanna, and places that you can find this community, like you can find it in Yobe, and find them in Sokoto, in Katsina, right? All of this in Borno, all of these places are where you find what this biotic community. Okay, so in Borno you can find them. Just take note of what of these states. Okay, you can find them in Yobe. Okay, in Katsina. All right, you can see them in Kebbi. Okay, and you can also see them in Zamfara. All right, you can see them in Kano. All right, even Jigawa. Okay, I can see them in those extreme northern states in Nigeria. Okay, so that's where you find what this biotic community: Borno, Yobe, Katsina, Kebbi, Zamfara, Kano, Jigawa. These are where you find the Sahel savanna. All right, that's where you see what the biome. Now, what are the characteristics of this biome? Okay, let us look at them and then we are done. So the characteristics of please hope you have noted what states. Know them very well. Know them very well. They can ask you which of the following biome is found in so states. You should be able to know that just know that this one are found in the extreme north. Extreme north. Okay, so characteristic of Sahel savanna. One, it has high temperature. Has high temperature. Okay, and if it's having high temperature, it means that it will have low rainfall. Okay, and therefore low rainfall. Okay, the rainfall is usually below 50 centimeter. Okay, below 50 centimeter per annum. All right, please take note of that. Okay, so they have high temperature. That is why if you go to the north, all those corners are usually very hot. Okay, they are usually very hot. Okay, they have low rainfall, which is usually below 50 centimeter per annum. Also, for the Sahel savanna, it has short and scanty grasses. Has short and scanty grasses. Okay, you cannot go to the north and you see green vegetation. Okay, you see obviously green plants. Okay, it has short and scanty grasses. You can see what grass here. If we now go far against small before you now see another grass. All right, so it has short and scanty grasses, the Sahel savanna. Also, it also has short and tough trees or shrubs. Number 3, has short and tough trees, okay, or shrubs. All right, so Sahel savanna also has short and tough trees, very short and very tough trees. Those are where sun don't beat weight no good. Okay, they have a short and tough trees or shrub. Also in the Sahel savanna, okay, important plant species that we find there. Do you know your date palm? That's why I say all those date palm. You know dates now. They usually come from the north. Okay, important plant species that we find there are the acacia. Okay, the date palm. There's that one they call gum arabic. Okay, so those are the important plant species that are found in the Sahel savanna. Okay, so say important. Please write all of this point down. Important plants species found there include the date palm. Okay, the date palm. You can see acacia. All right. Also, gum arabic. Okay, so these are the important what plant species that are found what in the Sahel savanna. And lastly, know that it has many drought resistant. It has what many has many drought resistant and scattered plants okay, has many drought resistant and scattered plant. It has what many drought resistant and scattered what plants. Okay, so these are the characteristics of what of the Sahel savanna, right? It has high temperature and low rainfall, below 50 centimeter per annum. It has short and scanty grasses. It has short and tough trees or shrubs. Important plant species found here include the acacia, the gum arabic, and what the date palm, and has many drought resistant and scattered plants. All right, please take note of what of that. All right, drought meaning what little or no rainfall. Okay, they have what drought resistant and scattered plants. Now let us now quickly see the deserts. Let's take a look at the desert, all right? So you know what a desert is a place where there's what little or no rainfall, okay? Little or no rainfall. And the kind of plants that survive in this kind of biomes, all right? They are your cactus plant, okay? You see all those? I'm showing you the cactus plant right now. Okay, they have chukuchuku in their body. Okay, they are the cactus plant. All right, so let us see what desert now. Now, for the desert, even without being told, you know that what to see be in the what in the north, Abi, definitely be in the what in the north. Okay, so this biome also is also found in the what in the north at the borders of what of Sokoto. Okay, Katsina, Jigawa, Yobe, and Borno states. Okay, so you can find the what at the borders of Sokoto, Katsina, Jigawa, Yobe, and Borno state. Desert. Okay, desert. Okay, say the characteristic number one, you see that what it has was little or what no rainfall. A desert is what the place that has what little or no rainfall. Okay, so those are the states to find them. Let us please see their characteristics. Number one, desert. Okay, deserts have little or no rainfall in most of the year. Okay, so instead of they don't even see rain at all. Okay, or they just have very, very, very little what rainfall. Okay, and then here also you see fewer what grasses. Okay, and shrubs. They are very, very fewer than we saw for Sahel savanna. Very far fewer than the Sahel savanna. All right. So number two, it has what high temperature and humidity. High temperature and humidity. Okay, and like I said, also has what fewer what grasses and shrubs. All right, so the desert have what little or no rainfall in most of the years. Temperature and has high temperature and humidity, and then what has what fewer grasses and shrubs. Definitely, you know that plants, okay, or trees that survive here. Okay, examples are what common trees are to find here. Common trees found there. You have baobab. Okay, and the cacti or the cactus or trees. Okay, common trees here are the baobab and the cacti or trees. All right, and the reason why these trees can survive in the desert because they have special modifications. Okay, special modification. Number one is that they have absence of leaves. Absence of what? Leaves. Okay. Also, they have swollen and succulent stems. Swollen and succulent stems. All right. And also, they also have long roots. All right. So all of this modification help them to what, to survive in what, in the desert. Help them to survive in the desert. So desert have little or no rainfall in most of the year, have high temperature and humidity, has fewer grasses and shrubs. Common trees are the baobab and the cacti tree. Like I said, they are found in the borders of Sokoto, Katsina, Yobe. Okay. All right. So now let us now quickly go to the mangrove swamp forest. The mangrove swamp forest. All right. Please like the video, subscribe, share. Okay. Mangrove swamp forest. Okay. Because of time, let's be a little bit faster. Okay, so looking at what the mangrove swamp forest. Now, for the mangrove swamp forest, it is found in areas along the coasts. Along the coast. I'm not saying queen of the coast, okay. Queen of no be that one, okay. So not this one. They are found in areas along the coast. Okay, I want to talk about areas along the coast. Are land regions that have that are very close, okay, or near to water bodies like seas or oceans. Okay, so they are found, okay, in areas along the coast. Okay, an example of those areas, like you have Delta State, like Delta. Okay, Cross Rivers. Okay, Akwa Ibom. Okay, you can also see it in Bayelsa, Ogun State, and Lagos. Okay, all of these areas are areas that are along the coast. Okay, so they are bordered by by river, by water bodies. Okay, that seas or oceans. Okay, or rivers. Okay, so now, what are the characteristics of what kind of place? So because they are bordered by water, definitely you should know that they will not have dryness like I've been seeing for this Sahel savanna and the desert. Okay, so now number one characteristics that we should expect, okay, ordinarily, is that they have tall woody trees. Has tall woody trees. Okay, they have tall woody trees. And plants here, they have area roots. Area roots. Okay, plants here, number two. Plants have area roots. Okay, it means that their roots grow above the ground. All right, we see that their roots grow above the ground. Okay, so plants here, they have aerial roots, okay, or area roots. Their roots, they grow above the ground. Also, in the mangrove or swamp, you see evergreen trees with broad leaves. Evergreen trees with broad leaves. Okay, it's also very, very common, okay, in the mangrove swamp forest. You see evergreen trees that have very, very green, beautiful leaves, okay, broad leaves. All right. Then also you can also see you experience high rainfall. We experience high rainfall. Rainfall that's usually over 250 centimeter. All right, over 250 centimeter. Now, sometimes it even results in waterlogging. Okay, and sometimes results in waterlogging. All right, so it has a very, very high rainfall, over 250 centimeter. All right, which usually results to waterlogging. All right, so number 5 also. It has a combination. Has a combination of of fresh and salty water. Okay, so it has both fresh water. It has salt water also. Okay, that's a combination of fresh and salt water. And common trees that are found here is, you see the white mangrove. Okay, you see the white mangrove, you see the red mangrove. All right, you see raffia palm, you see coconut. Okay, so common plants that are present here. common trees. Yes, you see the white mangrove, okay? You see the red mangrove, all right? You see raffia palm, all right? You see coconut also, okay? So these are what, and so many other type of what of trees. These are what the kind of trees are what that you find in what? In mangrove swamp forest. Please take note of it, okay? The state, Delta, they are usually what found what along the coast, okay? Delta, Cross Rivers, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Ogun State, and Lagos, okay? The mangrove swamp forest. So up next, we'll look at the tropical rainforest. All right, the tropical rainforest. Please like this video, like it now. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about what the application. Okay, download the app, activate it, tell them about the application. All right, so let's look at what the tropical rainforest. I'm getting tired, so let's round up this class. Tropical rainforest. Now, for the tropical rainforest, it is located in states like Edo State, okay, which is my own dear, very state. If I'm from Edo State, please don't drop a comment in the comment section. Say I'm from Edo State, all right? So they're located in what? In Edo State, in Ondo State, okay? So where you can see this one is what? Edo, you can see it in Delta, Ondo, Abia, Imo, you can see it in Lagos, Ogun, Anambra, you can sit in Rivers, you can sit in also in Bayelsa, then Akwa Ibom. Okay, so these are the areas that is fine with this biome, all right? This tropical rainforest in Edo State, in Delta State, in Ondo, Abia State, Imo State, Lagos, Ogun State, Anambra State, Rivers State, Bayelsa, and what? And Akwa Ibom, all right? So now let us quickly see the characteristics of what? Of the tropical rainforest. All right, so number one, you see that what? It has what? Tall trees. Has tall trees with buttress roots. Okay? Then evergreen and broad leaves. Okay, so this what biome has tall trees, all right, with buttress roots. These buttress trees are large, wide roots that grow at the base of what? Of tall trees, okay? Large, wide roots. These are the large, wide roots, okay, that grow at the base of what? Of tall trees, okay? So they have what? Tall trees with buttress roots, okay? They have evergreen trees also with what? With very, very broad leaves, okay? Then also, number two, they have numerous climbers. Has numerous climbers. They have what? Creepers also. Creepers, they have epiphytes and parasitic plants. Okay, so number two, they have what? Numerous climbers. You know what the plant that we call climbers, right? They have the creepers, they have what? The epiphytes, as well as what? Parasitic what? Plant, parasitic plants. All right. So likewise, also number three, they experience high rainfall. Experience this region, this biome. Okay, they experience what? High rainfall. It is important for you to take note of the amount of rainfall. Okay, usually over 200 centimeter throughout what? The year, okay? And sometimes they have what? High temperature, okay? And high relative humidity. And high relative humidity. I stay in Benin, so I'm very sure of this. Okay, so if rain wants to fall, rain falls very well. So we have what very high what rainfall. All right, but if sun wan shine, if you scatter, if you touch your skin, okay, so they have what very what high temperature too. Okay, so they experience high rainfall over 200 centimeter, high temperature, as well as what high relative humidity. Number 4, plant species here. The plant species you find here, you find what Iroko, you see mahogany, ebony, okay, plant species found here include Iroko, mahogany, we have ebony, all right, we have African, the one we call African walnut. For those of you that are traveling from the south to the west, okay, if you pass through already, all right, you see then the shading walnut for you. That thing that is like black something, all right. So we see we have what African walnut. We get them well, all right. So all of these plant species that are found what in this what biome called what the tropical rainforest. Okay, so African will also have opepe. Okay, or pepper, Iroko, mahogany, ebony, African walnut, or pepper and what and the likes. Okay, let me just put ETC here, all right, before I remember another one what and put it. Okay, so now another characteristic of this biome, number 5, is that the animals that you usually see here, number 5, animal species found here, animal species found here, you see monkey there. Okay, you see monkeys, you see squirrel. Okay, you see chameleon. All right, you see what's it called? Okay, you see what and so many others. All right, let me just not dwell on that. Okay, so you see monkeys, you see squirrels, you see chameleon, you see birds, okay, and so on and so forth. So these are what the animal species that are found what in this biome called the tropical rainforest. You must take note of them, okay? The states Edo, Delta, Ondo, Abia, Imo, Lagos, Ogun, Anambra, Rivers, Bayelsa, Akwa Ibom, all of these, all right, they have what this tropical rainforest what biome. Now, let us now go to the southern Guinea savanna, okay, which is the penultimate biome which we will discuss today. Southern Guinea savanna, before we now go to the northern Guinea savanna. All right, so let us see the southern Guinea savanna. Please ensure you have downloaded the app. All right, share the link to your friends. So let us see the southern Guinea savanna. Now, for the southern Guinea savanna, all right, it is this biome. Okay, this biome is the largest biotic community in Nigeria. Take note of that. It's an exam question. The largest biotic community in Nigeria. Okay, we find them in states like Enugu. We find them in Kogi. Find them in Benue. Also, Benue. Find them in Kwara, Oyo, Ebonyi, Osun, okay. Also find them in Ekiti too, all right? Okay, so this is the largest biotic community in Nigeria, all right? Those are the states to find them: Enugu, Kogi, Benue, Kwara, Oyo, Ebonyi, Osun, and Ekiti. Now, what is their characteristics? Okay, number 1, they are the largest biotic community in Nigeria. I think I already hinted at, all right? And then they have moderate rainfall from about 100 to 150 centimeter. Okay, so number 2 this biome has moderate rainfall. Okay, 150 to 100 to what 150 centimeter. You have moderate rainfall about 100 to 150 centimeter. Number 3, they have a tall trees. They have tall trees also with broad leaves. With broad leaves. All right, they have tall trees with broad leaves. Then number 4, the important trees that we'll find here. Important trees commonly found. Like we have what locust bean tree. Okay, locust bean tree is found what in this what biome? How what? Locust bean tree, even shea butter. Okay, it's also found what in this what biome, right? Okay, locust bean tree, shea butter is found in this biome. Also, animals that are commonly found. Animals commonly found. You see what? Antelope, inde. Okay, antelope, inde waiting no good. Okay, also have lions. Okay, leopard, zebra, etc. Okay, so these are what the animals that are commonly found in this what biome. Okay, so that is that for that. Take note of this. Okay, Southern Guinea Savannah, Enugu, Kogi, Benue, Kwara, Oyo, Ebonyi, Osun, and Ekiti. The largest biotic community in Nigeria has moderate rainfall about 100 to 150 centimeter. Tall trees with broad leaves. Important trees commonly found: locust bean tree, shea butter. Animals commonly found: antelope, lions, leopard, zebra. Sometimes this rainfall may be given in millimeter. All right, so they may see something like 1,000 to 1,500 millimeter. Okay, so you see the same thing as what 100 to 150 centimeter if you convert it. All right, now let us now go to the last one, which is the northern Guinea savanna. Please, I'm sure that all of you have liked this video. All right, let's get this video to at least 10,000 likes. All right, download the app and make sure you tell your friends, tell your enemies about the app. All right, tell them about the app. Let them come and what succeed. All right, so now let us now talk about the northern Guinea savanna. Now, for the northern Guinea savanna, all right, we find them in states like Plateau. Okay, we find them in Kaduna, also in Bauchi states. Find them in Taraba. Okay, also Adamawa, Kano states. Okay, so these are what? This is Bauchi. All right, so in Bauchi, or to call it Boki. Okay, so you find this what in Plateau, in Kaduna, in Bauchi, in Taraba, in Adamawa, and Kano state. Please take note of that. The northern Guinea savanna. All right, and what are the characteristics of what of this what biome? Number 1, they have low rainfall. Okay, usually between 50 to 100 centimeter per annum. 50 to 100 centimeter per annum. Okay, so they have what? A low rainfall. Northern Guinea savanna. Okay, excuse me. Also, number 2, they have scattered and short deciduous trees. Okay, they have what? Short and what? They have scattered and short deciduous trees. Scattered and short deciduous trees. And what are deciduous trees? Okay, deciduous trees are trees that shed their leaves, all their leaves once in a year. Okay, they'll just shed all their leaves. Okay, so they have what? Scattered and short what? Deciduous what? Trees. Okay, likewise, they have what? Short but numerous grasses. As short but numerous. So the northern Guinea savanna also have what? Short but very plenty grasses. Short but numerous what? Grasses. All right. So it's another what characteristic of what of this biome, the northern what Guinea savanna. All right. Number 4, also some trees they have thorns. Some trees have what we call thorns. know what thorns are now, right? While others, they have what? Thick backs. While others have thick backs. Okay, so some trees have thorns here in this biome, while what others have what? Thick backs. Thick backs. You see, what those were pointy, what something that can easily what choke somebody. All right, so that the thorns. Okay, they have thorns, while others have very very thick back. All right, then number 5, common plants you can see here. Common plants. Plant is okay, you can see what the acacia, you can see the baobab. Okay, you have the acacia, you have the baobab, date palm, also the silk cotton plant. Okay, so all of these can be found what in this biome. Acacia, the baobab, the date palm, silk cotton plant, all of them are found in this what biome. Then animals you can find here. Animals commonly found have what? Deer. You have lions. Okay, you can also see what is it called? You can see antelopes here. Okay, so these are what the animals can find what in this biome. Deer, lions, even leopard. Okay, can also be found in what? In this biome. All right, so all of these animals are commonly found in this biome. So they have a low rainfall, 50 to 100 centimeter per annum, are scattered and short deciduous trees, are short but numerous grasses. Some trees have thorns, while others have thick bark. Number 5, common plants: acacia, baobab, date palm, silk cotton plants. Animals commonly found: lizard. Okay, lizard, deer, even lizard in the year. Okay, so lizard self day. Okay, so that's all what we are going to do that concerns with what? With abiotic factors, as well as what's it called, local biomes. All right, so please, the questions that ensue, there are so many, so please, you will search for them from the app, answer them. Okay, let me just give you a few, and then you search for the other ones as assignments. Please answer. I'm not going to answer any question, because the question will become too easy for you now. You don't sabi, you don't learn. 1997, we have 1997 number 37. It says the southern Guinea savanna differs from the northern Guinea savannas in that it has A, say lower rainfall and shorter grasses, B, say less grasses and scattered trees, C, say more rainfall and taller grasses, D, say less arboreal and burrowing animals. Okay, tell me the answer in the comment section. We have 2018 number 34. Says, which of the following world biomes is found in Nigeria? A, say Sahel savanna, B, say desert, C, says tundra, D, say Afro-alpine. All right, please tell me the correct answer in the comment section. 2011 39 number 39 says, in which of the following biomes is the southwestern part of Nigeria located? This is what I'm telling you. A, say temperature forest, B, say tropical rainforest, C, say tropical woodland, D, say desert. Let me the correct answer in the comment section. Then have 1994 number 36. It says, use the list of biomes below to answer the questions below. A, say number 1, say desert. 2, rainforest. 3, southern Guinea savanna. 4, northern Guinea savanna. They say a biome where there are many cactus plants, okay, and the small mammals undergo estivation for long periods is A, say 1, B, say 2, C, say 3, D, say 4. All right, you should know the answer. It's very easy. 1994 number 36. Now we also have 2022 number 11. It says the local biomes particular to Nigeria include the following, except A, say temperate shrubland, B, say mangrove swamp, C, say tropical rainforest, D, say savanna. All right, so you know the ones that are in Nigeria. Okay, the one that is not, tell me the answer in the comment section. Now you search these questions and give me the answers in the comment section. Also 2003 number 33, 2022 number 28, 2012 number 35. Also search for 2023 number 5. Okay, you search for Okay, that is all right. So please tell me the answers to all of this in the comment section as assignment. Okay, so I want to see how good you are following. All right, so my name remains Master T. I'm the Grand Commander of the Oteri Schools Army. I'm glad you joined today. We appreciate your effort. All right, keep studying, keep being the best. Make a choice to make yourself proud and make your future proud and your family proud. I wish you all the best. I will see you in the next episode.